Khaled. Convict music. We the best. We taking over. Listen.
Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H Town, South.
Come around and try to stop on our ground, 'cause we
It is.
said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over.
Black flag, we rich. Yeah.
Listen.
Bounce, it's what I does. I get money, a.k.a. I does that.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Warriors out in Oakland. Well, for the Warriors, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And Joel Embiid missed all of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket, and he's equally comfortable scoring in either position. I like that about his game.
How's his feet work?
Feet work is perpetuous excellence at its finest.
How's his footwork?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
That about does it. Kevin Harlan standing by. Kevin, take it away.
Can you play off one foot?
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. 0 to 100 real quick, real quick, real quick.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Philadelphia 76ers come in for this one. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight. Kellogg and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Live on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Robert Covington. Embiid is out there with Okafor. And it's Smith, and it's Cannon in at the shooting guard. Barnes kicks to Curry. Takes a three. That is good. Curry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, you think about Stephen Curry, and your first thought is he's a remarkable three-point shooter. That's right. But he's not just a long-range threat.
Yeah, I see him as a shot maker, one of the league's top mid-range shooters off the pull-up, too, and he's a creative finisher. Floaters and backspin shots, English, high off the glass. Again, the best shot maker, I think, in the history of the game.
And he can't hit the second.
And Curry, such a tremendous balance to his game, and he can square up on a dime to knock down shots. I mean, that's a focus also of his strength. Doesn't do it with conventional pattern shooting drills. It's a lot of stuff to challenge his balance while he's on the move and shooting.
Here we go, one-on-one, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 8 points.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense. Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys. And for Steph Curry, to me, that balance is remarkable. I mean, it used to be customary beyond the arc to fake a defender into the air and then step into a mid-range too, but Curry has introduced that more efficient sidestep for the wide-open three.
A baseline J. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Puts it up from 12, and Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Cannon. Embiid's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Curry, wide open, gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Now here's Embiid. A 3-ball. Green with the rebound.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Here's Bogut, and airballs the triple. That one was way off. Smith dishes to Covington. President Smith with the assist that time.
Best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
The 76ers trail by 7. Here's Embiid. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Curry at the elbow. And the basket by Bogut. Bogut's got his first points of the game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far. And if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Warriors leading by 7. It's Curry outside, and another 3 for Golden State.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the
76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And Steph Curry is not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined, and you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Livingston in for Thompson.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
Great point. Really an embarrassing performance defensively, and the coaching staff can't be happy.
And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top. What range on that shot! It's amazing. And stolen by Spates. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. He was all alone on that one. Spates has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The 76ers trail by 15. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And he gets the bucket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Iguodala, no good. The 76ers have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down. Goes up on the high post. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, there's a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's going to stop that.
Not when it comes in with the tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Goodness, you cannot punch it any harder than that.
Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bill.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look for Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Klay Thompson and Brandon Rush at the 2 and 3. Harrison Barnes is out there with Festus Ezeli, and it's Clark in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
From deep three-point range, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Can't get the heave to fall.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Count the bucket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Okafor. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. It's offline from half court. Cannon. The prayer from beyond half court is off the mark. Thompson. Look at that shot.
You remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
When they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one. Maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer. You know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Brandon Rush. Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And, you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking because I certainly have no idea.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Covington. The half-court bomb falls off target. Warriors leading by 16. The pass to Clark. From deep, Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Smith, no luck.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
No good from Bogut. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Embiid. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Different look here for the Warriors. Raymond Green, he's checked in for Festus Ezeli. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Curry subbed in for Ian Clark. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Spates checked in for Golden State. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grant's checked in. Pass to Thompson. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Covington.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Curry with it. He's got 22. Poke loose. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business. Clark before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. And Philadelphia making a change here. Landry's checked in.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
And it goes out of bounds.
Warriors ball.
Last touch by Noel. Here's Curry. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. The shot misses. Grant. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Golden State ball. Warriors call timeout.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
About how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Green kicks to Barbosa. The feed now to Curry. From deep three-point range. Again, Curry missing.
Kevin, I'll tell you, his three-point shot has looked awful here in the second quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of his slump, but he needs to give it a rest and try something else.
1:09 left to play here in the second quarter. How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there, Kev.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Sean Livingston.
.54 seconds left in the second quarter. Curry's shot is off. Grant. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Mitch Stauskas is checked in for House Thompson.
For the 76ers. Nick Stauskas.
Warriors leading by 19. Curry can't get it to go.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half, and it's well off target. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
And here's Golden State. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. The Warriors shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball. Substitution for the Warriors. Brandon Rush.
inside. Second chance shot. Rush. No good. Landry. No up. And so a pretty lopsided.
Yes, I'm here with Steph.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He dropped a ton of bombs on him from long range, 6 to be exact. That's doing some serious damage from three-point land. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off, but they still settled for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just a...
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 25 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Yeah, and Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Okafor out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Smith in at the point.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Here's Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Philadelphia ball.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
Warriors leading by 19 points. And here is Okafor. It's offline from half court.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
First personal foul.
Philadelphia's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Smith. The half-court bomb falls off target.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Cannon can't hit.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Timeout for the 76ers.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured in the preseason. He was inserted. And he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
Golden State ball.
Warriors leading by 19 points. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Philadelphia ball.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Barnes. And the Warriors get it back. Now, here's Thompson. He has 5. Cannon. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
And Clark, fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, the half-court offense, that attack has really been pedestrian, even lackluster, if you will.
Trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spates is checked in. The Warriors making a switch here. Clark's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Thompson, he's checked in for Cannon. The 76ers trail by 19. And it's Smith missing. Spates. The prayer from beyond half court is off the mark. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Barnes.
For your Warriors.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. No good from Clark. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Estes Ezeli, he's checked in for Golden State.
Substitution on the court.
Warriors leading by 19. Here's the three. That's good. Clark's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Warriors. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a three. They set a franchise record in made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible. I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Clark's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And Hollis Thompson gets the three.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
For the Warriors, guys, not only did they lead the league in three-point percentage, they also hit about 45% of their three-point attempts from the corner. That's the highest percentage three on the court.
Here's Embiid, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
And how about 45% from the corner three? That is absurd, especially when you consider that the Warriors would put it up from anywhere. You look at the numbers from last year, and what this team did from beyond the arc was simply phenomenal.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Spates. Rush comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Livingston in for Ian Clark. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah. And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Carl Landry's checked in for Joel Embiid. Thompson for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Noel's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And the rejection by Ezeli. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he was back in the injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
The 76ers trail by 21, and it's Noel missing.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
And Green gets it to go.
Defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
The 76ers have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Thompson. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Kennedy's checked in for Stauskas. And stolen by Noel. And the dunk by Grant.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 6 to shoot. Here's Curry with the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Number 12.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 17. It's the NBA. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The 76ers trail by 17. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Curry is out there with Barbosa, and it's Barnes in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. That's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. And pushing it up is Philadelphia. The 76ers again in transition.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
7 straight fast break points, Greg. They've got the defense gasping for breath right now.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out here like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
4-3, Covington fires the 3. Knocked loose.
You know, far hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Fast break, Philadelphia. Smith. The long distance 3 is buried. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
Warriors call a timeout.
Timeout call for Warriors. The plan has been obvious now for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the pride.
The shot is off. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Smith with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Again, the miss by Smith.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team. The triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And it's Smith again missing. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 12-3 run right now. And the basket by Curry.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Warriors have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the 76ers. Okafor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Covington's shot is off.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
No good with the triple.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor.
Teams first. Substitute.
Livingston, no luck.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Here's Ezeli, banked in off the glass.
This collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
And stolen by Spates. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Too open that time. Made it look too easy.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Stephen Curry. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark is being kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, was 18-7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7-4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Grant is checked in for Philadelphia. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Here's Livingston. It's good from long range.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The three. Ezeli kicks to Rush. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
76ers ball. Substitution for the Warriors. Leandro Barbosa.
On defense, the Warriors. Stauskas inside the line. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Here is Livingston. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Barbosa. Just 5 on the clock. Dives for it. Stolen by Grant. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving philosophy behind how this team strives to be the most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment, and we know that that's going to put us in good position to win every single night. As if we bring the effort, multiple efforts.